So I made this video for everybody out there who has a dog that pulls when you walk them. I would encourage you, as I tell all of my clients, to stop taking them for walks. If your dog is pulling you, stop taking them for a walk. Here's why. They're just getting practice pulling you. You are allowing them to pull you. Another way to say it is they are learning that that's how walks go, that they're out in front and the leash is tight and you pull back on them and they pull forward harder, and that's what you're teaching them. Versus this is a drill that you can do instead of taking them for your traditional quote walk, which for most humans it's we walk a certain amount of time in one direction, then we turn around, go back the other direction. We walk a certain distance, certain steps, but it's all for human-centered rather than what are we teaching the dog. If your dog is pulling on walks, you are teaching them, you want them to pull on the walk. If you're allowing that walk to progress forward in that state of mind with that type of leash and you're pulling back, that's what you're teaching. Or you can teach them to follow and spend time. You're going to walk for an hour, spend time doing this drill for half that time and watch what happens. If you need the steps, do this drill for half of the time you would normally walk your dog. Put your dog away in a kennel to process what you just taught them with this drill, and then go finish your walk. You're by yourself. All I'm doing here, I'm not talking to Aurora, barely even looking at her. I am simply changing directions. If she gets out ahead of me even a little bit, I change directions. What this creates is a follow state of mind. I'm switching her into pack drive. Pack drive, pack drive. You hear me talk about it. That's a follow state of mind. That's your dog listening to you. So when she lags behind me, it's generally because there's cars coming up behind her. Or when she gets out in front, she's generally going to be in prey drive. So I'm switching her into pack drive. I'm not talking to her, I'm just changing directions. It's going to encourage your dog to pay attention to you. If you're changing directions and moving the other way, holding onto that leash, guess what? That leash is going to provide pressure and follow through automatically. So the way that Aurora avoids the pressure of the leash is pay a little bit attention to me. Stay in pack drive because dad might be changing directions. And the times that she doesn't pay attention, you see the leash get tight for half a second, maybe a full second, depending on her level of distraction. So if you have a very distracted dog or you're just starting out, they're gonna be distracted. They're not gonna turn right away when you start turning, but I promise you they will. It's gonna take about maybe 3 to 10 turns where they hit the end of that leash and they're gonna start keying in on your body movements. I speed it up here because she had a little bit of instinctual pressure, had to go poop, and then we continue on. So this is a very simple drill. Again, you guys, stop walking your dog. If you have a reactive dog, if you have a dog that pulls you on the walk, stop walking them. Focus on what you're teaching them, not how far you're going distance-wise, not how many steps you're taking, not how long you need to walk them, right? You'll get there. But if you keep this state of mind for yourself that I have to walk my dog, otherwise he's gonna be over anxious or excited and not gonna listen. He's not listening to you anyway. So this is a drill that's teaching him to listen and pay attention and follow. And I'm still getting steps in. I'm just not covering a lot of distance, right? So it's boring to human. It's not boring to dog. But human, we think we have to walk a distance. And it's boring if I just stay outside in my walkway or on the driveway, or that's boring. Yeah, it is to you. But what does your dog need? Okay? Your dog needs you to teach them. That's what leaders do. Followers allow the dog to pull them on the walk, and we pull back on the leash, and we spend a portion of the walk in some percentage of frustrated state of mind, and it's just not as enjoyable as it most definitely could be. Aurora used to be a really, really hard puller. She used to forge ahead really intensely. And guess what? This is the drill I started with. Not talking to her, just changing direction. I'm holding on to the end of that leash. I'm holding on to the end of that leash, the handle. I'm not holding on to any other part of it. Even when I turn, I'm still holding on to the end, and I'm keeping my arms relaxed at my sides. I'm not swinging her around in an arc. I'm doing a crisp 180-degree turn so that it's easy for her to follow. And then, of course, when she's in a good state of mind, when your dog's in a good state of mind, you've had a couple reps where they're following you and you turn and you don't feel any pressure on that leash, and they're in sync with you. Pack drive, pack drive, pack drive. Stop. Have them sit. Reward them for a moment. Continue on. Rinse and repeat. Now we start rewarding the state of mind. So I'm going to stop again. She sits. Reward her. Calm reward. I'm not talking a whole lot to her, rewarding her here, just some physical affection. Why? Because that's what is a reinforcer for Aurora. Know your dog. What is reinforcing for them? Is it treats? Maybe. Some situations. Is it verbal praise? Maybe. Some situations. Is it physical affection? Maybe. Some situations. You got to know your dog and what's actually important to them and reinforcing for them. For them, not for you. So try this drill. Let me know how it works for you. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. Good luck.